Well, I thought, great to get first win in the books for Team 127, but the first inning couldn't have gone any better in terms of wanting us to face some adversity and get tested and then see a response. And so when everything was going haywire and not to plan, we lead off the game with an error, and then it's just like a couple of base hits on 2-strike counts and a pass ball with the bases loaded and guys move up 270 feet. It's just like the wheels look like they were falling off. But I thought Billy Barlow did an unbelievable job, not only getting a couple of big strikeouts to minimize damage for a 2-spot in the top of the first, but then the response of our team to score 7 in the bottom of the frame with Alden's grand slam, Cam's 3-run 2-out double, and then just some of the big hits throughout the night and the hard contact throughout the night. Nolan Araki's, first career homer is a grand slam. Cooper Blauser's first career hit as a Tiger is a home run. First collegiate hit is a home run. Alden's first Clemson hit is a grand slam. It's just a lot of cool storylines. But one of the big storylines, just the way our pitching settled the game down the 2nd through the 8th inning. Billy putting zeros up, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, Drew Titsworth coming in, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. We had no walks in that period of time. We had a couple of hit-by pitches, but only had a couple of walks there in the 9th. But just thought our pitching staff did a really good job of keeping the defense engaged, letting them make plays. And then I thought we had a lot of quality at-bats, hit the ball hard all night, ended up with a few homers. Didn't really have to do much in terms of running the bases because we were able to separate a little bit early, and their catcher can really throw. But just that's a really good club. Xavier's a regional team, and they were in a regional final last year, and they've got an offense that can score runs. And so for us to put those zeros up in the middle of the game was big. So just proud of our guys. Glad to get win number 1, game 1 out of the way, and I know our guys will happy about this, but be hungry for more as this weekend moves on.
Questions for players?
Billy, what finally got you able to settle in and kind of settle down there in the second?
That offense, that first inning, it was hit, grand slam. It just collectively came together and put up a bunch of runs. And, I sat there and talked to Corey Schaefer, one of our mental game training guys. And he picked my brain a little bit and noticed what the problem was and just went back out there and did it. I owe it all to the offense, so they really put me back in the game and got me back to where I wanted to be.
Alden, if somebody would have told you before the game, hey, first bat, you're going to hit a grand slam, what would you have said?
It's unbelievable. Like Billy said, the 3 guys that got on in front of me were the reason that happened. We saw a lot of pitches and was able to get the pitch I was looking for. The atmosphere was electric, and obviously it's a moment I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Any other questions for the players?
Yeah, Alden, I think at some point there in the 3rd, I had counted up 9 hitters and had reached a 3-1 or a 3-2 count. What does that say about this lineup that you guys are out there kind of grinding out at bats?
Yeah, that's what we work on. We hunt the heart of the zone. We don't chase pitches out of the zone, which is good. And obviously we wanted this first game, we wanted to make sure we didn't get the jitters and chase out of the zone, so we can get in those deep pitch counts, and we're seeing fastballs, seeing pitches that we can hit. It makes it a lot easier on us, and obviously makes it easier for the next guy too.
Billy, after last year, just not being able to get out there and throw and be with the team, how did it feel just to get out there in the mound and just be able to throw your stuff today?
Oh, it was awesome. We've been working our tail off all fall, all pre-spring, and it feels good to be back out there helping the guys and just playing again. Awesome.
Anything else for the players?
Yeah, for Billy again. Just for you, that first inning guy, it's not the same facing your own teammates out here in the scrimmage when you got a full crowd out there tonight. Maybe did that have a little bit to do with that first inning? A little too amped up,
Yeah, maybe. Opening day, I'm amped up. Adrenaline's pumping, and you went out there and a few things didn't go my way, but like I was saying before, bounce back. Offense had my back, so we're good to go.
You were a part of some really good offenses in Richmond. I mean, some good hitters. But when you see this lineup and the way that you're able to not only go deep but go into the bench, what does that make you think the prospects are for this year?
It's awesome. I mean, we have guys on our bench. EB says it all the time. We have guys on our bench that are going to get drafted probably. I mean, 1 through probably 15, our lineup is stacked. We can roll a different lineup out there, bring guys off the bench. It's definitely a luxury to have, and we're excited to compete 1 through 9, and obviously with the guys in the bunker 1 through 40. It's exciting.
Thank you, players.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'm glad Alden brought up the crowd. I just want to shout out to that crowd, opening day crowd. It says 56-31 here, but it felt like 10,000. It was just a great environment, standing room only, and so just very, very much appreciate the Clemson community coming out, supporting our team. Our guys were talking about it in the dugout and just almost marveling at this looks like a postseason atmosphere here in Game 1. So appreciate the crowd, appreciate the community, appreciate the support.
In writing this script, being able to get other guys into the game could have worked out any better, right?
It was nice, yeah. I mean, you want to be able to. You don't need to have a double-digit lead to put some of these caliber of players in the game. It's not like that has to happen because Jack Crichton, Jacob Hinderleader, Jaron Purify, Nate Hall. These are all guys that are very capable and would be in a lot of other starting lineups. But it is nice when there is a cushion and there is separation and that you can get as many guys off the bench as possible. But like Alden said, there's a lot of guys that need to get in there, even if it's just going in to play defense for a couple innings. We just got to keep as many guys engaged as we possibly can.
I know y'all said y'all hit well in the fall and obviously the first couple weeks here. But I mean, you were facing an all-conference guy, Friday night guy last year, had a lot of success in the tournament. Did you see that kind of success, especially that early against that kind of pitcher?
Well, we just, we feel good about our own pitching staff, and just to be able to face our pitching staff week in and week out, all fall, all preseason, and then we crank up the machines, to throw harder than anyone will see all year and have more of a sharper breaking ball than anyone. So we just try to change or calibrate our vision so that anything that we see, even on, when we do see those guys that throw mid to upper 90s with the exploding breaking balls, we've at least tried to recreate it. So, but I think it more just speaks to the experience, the length of that lineup. There's no easy outs. It's and then there's guys that have they're bringing something to the table. They either have speed or power, and a lot of times it's a plus tool in the speed or power category. So to get home runs out of the 4-hole, out of the 7-hole, and out of the 9-hole tonight. And then a guy comes off the bench and hits one farther than everybody, and it just happened to be foul, with Jacob Hinderleiter. It just feels like we have a nice blend of speed and power, and we didn't have to use much of our speed tonight. But fortunately, the long ball was a real thing, and it wasn't just a few solo homers. I mean, it's talking about 9 RBIs on 3 home runs. That's pretty good. We'll take it.
What was it like to see Bertram on the offset team? I saw a couple guys talking junk and welcome.
Oh yeah,
back into the dugout.
that's part of it's part of our deal. We'll be as sarcastic and as we possibly can. I introduced myself to him before the game, just messing with him. But I love Riley Bertram. I hope we can get him back here on our staff someday. I'm so happy for him to get full-time coaching opportunity right out of college, to be in a role like that where he's on the field coaching, gets to recruit. That he was a big part of our championship run last year, and he's everybody watching would have said that's another coach on the field. So he's got a very bright future as a coach, and going to be a great head coach someday too.
Anything else for Coach?
Hey, the fact that Austin Gordon wasn't in the rotation this weekend is due to him, what you talked about the other day, not being stretched out.
Yeah, he's pitching. He's good. I mean, he's going to start. He's just not going to start this weekend. We may start him on Tuesday. He's just like 2 weeks behind everybody else in terms of pitch count, ramp, readiness, and we just we could have put him in there really in any of the weekend days. He could have pitched. You could slot him on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's just the collective feeling among the staff was why push it when we have all these other guys? Why not build him up slowly? He already, we don't want to risk, the guy's a big time prospect, and he's going to have a weekend starter role for us at some point here very soon. So it's just more of the idea of let's go slow with that. Let's build him up. Let's keep him on the normal progression. Let's not try to accelerate the progression unnecessarily. So I think you could probably plan on him starting on Tuesday, and it'll be on a strict pitch count like the other guys all are as well. We're just not going to overextend anybody these first few weeks.
Could you ask for a better outing for Billy to have some adversity early, settle down, and then kind of pitch the way you guys know you can pitch?
Absolutely. I mean, that's, we talked about it, either last week or the couple weeks before that. Like, want to see us get tested, want to see us get, take some punches and face that adversity and see what kind of response we have. And if you could script it in any way, shape, or form, you want it as early as possible so you have as much time to recover. So to have it happen right out of the chute, I would equate it to like a boxing match where the bell rings and then the guy's all of a sudden just landing every punch he's throwing, and you're, just left, right, left uppercut. But our guys might have buckled their knees, but they didn't go down. And we were able to just not allow the big inning in the first inning, just to minimize with 2 runs, even though we didn't want to give up 2 runs. That was a win in itself, to be bases loaded, no outs. There's already a run that's scored, and only to allow just 2 runs that inning and then to come back and put up 7. I mean, that's just exactly what you want to see as a coach. So I was very proud of our guys for that type of response.
All right. Thank you, Coach.